most unhinged, elaborate lie you've ever told just to avoid admitting you're a complete idiot. Because my junior year of college, I accidentally convinced the entire culinary arts department that I was a flavor minimalist visionary. All because I didn't know how to turn on an industrial stove. See, I was a business major. I needed a 3-credit elective to graduate, and I saw Intro to Culinary Foundations. My brain heard free snacks and maybe learning how to make a grilled cheese that doesn't look like a charcoal briquette. It was not that. I walked in on day one and the room smelled like high-stakes judgment and expensive butter. Our professor was Chef Anton. This man had a mustache so sharp it could probably julienne a carrot, and he looked like he'd personally fight a bear if it touched his truffle oil. He didn't introduce himself. He just pointed at the pantry and said, 30 minutes, one signature appetizer. If it doesn't have a soul, don't put it on my table. The room exploded. People were torching tuna, reducing balsamic into thick, dark, syrupy lakes, and chopping herbs with the speed of a helicopter blade. I froze. I grabbed 3 heirloom tomatoes, the lumpy, expensive kind, a sprig of basil, and a box of sea salt. I put them in a heavy stainless steel pan and stood there. I looked at the stove. It had 4 different dials, a digital readout, and a red lever that looked like it would eject me into the ceiling if I pulled it. I was so intimidated by the machinery that my brain literally deleted the concept of fire. I forgot that cooking required, heat. For 20 minutes, I just moved those cold tomatoes around the pan with a silver spoon. I tried to look focused. I was staring at them like I was trying to communicate with them via telepathy. My roommate Leo was at the next station over making a perfect shrimp scampi. He looked at my stove, then at my cold pan and whispered, "The flame isn't on, dude. You're just giving a massage to a vegetable." I didn't even look up. I was so deep in survival mode that I whispered back, "I'm cold infusing the essence, Leo. I'm letting the ingredient find its own center. Don't touch the vibe." I had no idea what I was saying. I was just throwing words at the wall, hoping they'd stick. Then came the footsteps, the heavy rhythmic thud of Chef Anton's clogs. He reached my station and the air pressure in the room seemed to drop 10 points. He looked at my tomatoes. He looked at the unlit stove. He looked at my minimalist garnish. He didn't move for 30 seconds. The silence was so heavy I could hear my own sweat hitting the floor. "Explain this. Lack of thermal intervention," he barked. His voice sounded like gravel in a blender. My life flashed before my eyes. I could admit I was a fraud or I could double down. I chose chaos. I channeled every pretentious art documentary I'd ever seen and said, "Chef, we live in a world of overprocessing. We burn the soul out of our food with fire and ego. I am presenting the innocence of the vine. No heat, no interference. Just the brutal, unshielded honesty of the fruit." The entire class stopped. You could hear peppercorn drop. Anton reached out, picked up a slice of my raw, room temperature tomato and ate it. He chewed for 3 years. His face was a mask of stone. I was already planning how to explain my expulsion to my parents. Suddenly, Anton slammed his hand on my station. I jumped 6 inches. He looked at the class and yelled, "Finally! Someone with the courage to step out of the way. Everyone else is trying to be a chef. This boy is trying to be a medium for the ingredient." He gave me an A, but it didn't end there. By midterms, I was the culinary minimalist. I had a notebook full of fake terms like atmospheric curing and kinetic molecular resting. I ended the semester as the teaching assistant, grading people on their energy, while I still didn't know how to boil water without a microwave. To this day, my family asks why I never cook for the holidays. I just look at the oven with disgust and tell them the kitchen's energy is too vocal for my minimalist palate. Honestly, I'm just still terrified of that red lever.